Alrighty, so I am joined with Tommy St. John, a CRA Super Series driver who will be competing at Winchester, I should say, this weekend. So to kick things off, Tommy, how are you feeling heading into Winchester this weekend?
We feel good. I mean, we came off, that was our last race, and we just came off a third place finish there Labor Day. So the car was really good. I think after about 40 laps, we was the second fastest car on the track. I know the 24 got held up there a little bit, but he was pretty much the cream of the crop that weekend. But we feel pretty good. Obviously, a lot of heavy hitters are coming in this race, so it's going to be even tougher. So, but our car was pretty sporty there Labor Day, so I feel good about it.
Good deal. My next question was actually, and I know, drivers and teams have different approaches to Winchester because of that factor of uncertainty with how the race is going to go. What is your strategy heading into Sunday? What's the game plan?
Yeah, there's, obviously the guys up front, they're going to set a pretty fast pace. They always do. Been running this race since 2006, and we finished third in it that year. Scott Hance, I believe, won it that year. But it's the front guys, for the most part, they always try to set a towards pace, especially these new young guys. They don't know how to hold back too much. They're running almost, seems like qualifying laps almost every lap, it seems. But yeah, so I think the front guys are going to set a pretty fast pace. It's just, I like to get in there and just get in a rhythm and not wear out my stuff too much. And then, obviously with about 100 to go or so, that's when you turn the wick up and try to give it everything it's got. So, but try to not to abuse your stuff, because we're all on 12 tires. So, 12 tires, it sounds like a lot, but when you're running a abrasive track like Winchester and the speeds that we're running, the tires do wear out fairly quickly.
Right. And you said this previously, but you've won at Winchester before. You finished third in the 400 before as well. And then you had a third place finish last month at the World Stock Car Festival. And like I said, Winchester has a factor of uncertainty and anything can really happen, but how confident are you? And do you think that this could be your year, that you're the one that's winning the rifle?
It's obviously, I'm going to do everything in our power, my whole team and everybody to be there and put us in a position to win. I've assembled a pretty good team. I don't have NASCAR crew chiefs or anything like that on my stable, but on my race team. But I think as long as you can get a car driving comfortably, and that's what you want for a long distance race like this. And like I said, last race we went and tested and got it pretty good, and then it showed all race weekend. I mean, I think we unloaded with 110 lap tires and was like fourth fast in practice. So like I said, a lot of heavy hitters this weekend, but as far as a small budget team and don't have a lot of the NASCAR resources, I think we got a pretty good shot at it for this weekend.
Right, and I would agree with you 100%. Watching you run last month, I thought you had it there towards the end, but I want to ask drivers specifically for those who are competing in the 400. What would this win mean for you and your team?
For me, I mean, I've been racing a long time. I think 28 years now. So I was a rookie in '05, and I tell you what, this is the track that I've always, it's always been my favorite track, and that's the reason why I made the decision to come back into this deal at the end of last year. And I called Butch Van Dorn up, and he made some phone calls for me, and he talked with Carson Hocevar, and that's the car that I got off of him. So, but yeah, it would mean the world to me. I've done everything, far as that we're capable of doing, is trying to put all the best pieces to the puzzle for this race. This is the whole reason why I came back, because I won a 400. We've been fortunate to win there twice, and I about had this thing in '06, but we had a bad pit stop and right rear cost us, or I think we would have been right there, because I think I ended up, Scott Hance was at one point, he was behind us probably about a straightaway, and we had a bad pit stop, and I've been close to it, but hopefully this time, with some luck, on our side, and we can make some noise and have a good shot at it.
Right. You kind of touched base on it in that answer there, but what does Winchester mean to you, and where would you rank it on your list of tracks that you've been to?
This is, obviously Bristol. This is probably the second or third fastest track where I've raced. Obviously Bristol is a little bit quicker. I think we was in the 1480s there, 1470s, something like that. So, but as far as favorite, obviously Winchester, but, and I've been to a lot of different states, a lot of different, over the years, but, it's always been my favorite, even though Bristol was, it was pretty awesome being there. The inaugural year that, the Super Late models got invited there, but, Odessa, Missouri, which I think it's closed down, I-70 Speedway in Missouri. It was a bad fast track too. It was pretty wicked, but, there's just nothing like it. I mean, I ran Salem for the first time this year and got, I think fourth. There's just nothing like Winchester, man. It's just one of a kind racetrack. It's hard to express. There's a lot of drivers that don't like it, but I've always been a big fan of the high bank tracks. Anybody that knows me knows that. And, I don't know. It's just, there's something coming off that turn 2 and driving in there deep in turn 3 that just, it's adrenaline rush for sure.
Right. So as we prepare to close out the 2022 season, do you have any plans for next year?
Nothing set in stone yet. I haven't talked with my car owner on the figure 8 side, to see what were our intentions there. But, I'd say I definitely will be doing figure 8 racing, and hopefully, hit up some shows in the super late model. So, we'll see. I have to see. I got to talk with the sponsors and see. I kind of talked them into doing this deal, and they wanted me to go full blown figure 8 racing. So, this is. I kind of caught them off guard when I told them I kind of want to come out of retirement of this super late deal and try to go back after this Winchester 400. So I'll have to talk with them on the off season, see what their plans are or what they like for, cause I try to, I don't try to make the decisions myself. I want to, my sponsors help me out a lot, and, I like to go through them and see what they would like, for me to do and what they want their money spent on. So, but we'll see how, obviously if we win this race, it's, that'll vote a little bit better when I go to meet them in the off season for sponsorship.
Right. Well, I certainly hope to see you back in a super late next season. To close us out today, is there anybody that you want to thank, for this season, and, say thanks to helping you get to the 2022 Winchester 400?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, to be honest with you. I mean, first and foremost, the man upstairs. I've been very blessed to be able to drive a lot of fast race cars, and including this one. So all my sponsors and my family, my team, my crew. I got to thank Butch Van Dorn for building this car. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been in this piece, and he got me a pretty good deal on it through Carson. So, there's so many people to thank, from Shelbyville Auto Parts, Maston and Kane, to, Mount Long Speedway with Dave Duncan. He's been a long time supporter of mine with Shannon Maston as well. There's so many people. I want to thank my cousin, Steve St. John Signs at his Designs, for all he's done, past 28 years for me. And there's just so many people, Dave Kinney, a big supporter of mine as well. Jeff Shackelford, my cousin, that owns Quality Masonry here in Indianapolis. There's just the list goes on and on. All the support, Discount Tire here in Greenwood, Indiana. So there's just so many people that make this deal possible for me, and I can't thank them enough.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got. So I do want to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to join me today and talk about Winchester 400. We certainly wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you there.
All right. Sounds good, man. Hey, I appreciate you having me on, and I'll see you this weekend.